What type of dealership did you visit?
Kyle Martin. I went to a Toyota dealership.
Awesome. This morning or last night?
I actually went last night. I tried to play one of your stereotypes.
Okay.
I went at about 7:45 last night, so getting close to the end of the night. And I get in there and get out of my car. I took one of my buddies with me, and it was raining out last night, so I tried to dress, kind of ratty, look like
awesome.
the customer that might not get waited on. Just
exactly.
Looks. So, we got out of my car, pulled up, and this guy happened to, I think I caught him pretty much walking to his car. He was walking to his car to put something in there, and I basically made eye contact with the guy, and he kept walking almost past me, and then finally turns and makes eye contact with me, and he goes, "Can I help you find anything?"
Right.
This guy never introduced himself to me until I was literally walking out the door to leave.
Wow.
So
how important did that make you feel?
I mean, I didn't even know what the guy's name was until, like I said, I'd been with him he helped me out for about 20 minutes, but whole time never asked my name. I never knew what his name was, and you could kind of tell he already had that look on his face, like, oh, I'm getting ready to leave. And he was like, what are you interested in? What are you interested in doing? And I said, well, I'm looking sometime within the next month to probably switch up and get a new car. I didn't say I'm not going to buy today. I didn't
exactly.
say I'm not going to buy in 2 weeks. I didn't really.
You left it open.
Yeah, and he says, okay, well, what are you interested in? Never took me inside. The whole time, this was outside in the lot. I never even made it into the building until right before I left.
Okay.
So, I told him I'm looking at the Tacomas, I'm looking at the 4Runners. He's like, oh, well, right off the bat tells me, oh, you're looking at the most expensive cars we have in the lot, retaining the most value. Basically, straight up told me, you're not going to be able to get a deal on this car.
Right.
I don't know why you would say something like that right off the bat before somebody's even, looked at it.
Mm-hmm.
So he takes me around and walks me around the outside of a couple of the trucks. He's kind of just standing there. I'm looking, not getting a lot of information. I was talking to this guy, giving him all kinds of information about me and everything like that. Didn't engage with me, nothing like that. I mean, I could have gotten him to, I could have been the one that just.
You took control of the process, basically.
Yeah,
You're
much.
in control.
Yeah, I was the customer and I was in control of the process. So.
Yep.
And then I was like, well, what about the 4Runners? He goes, oh yeah, I can show you those. They're on the other side of the lot. So basically, he walked me over the trucks because they were closer. He didn't want to go to the other side of the lot.
Yep.
So walks me over to the 4Runners. He finally opens one of those at least. Tells me a few of the nice features about it, things like that. But doesn't really show me a whole lot of it. Just gives me some of the options. And I asked him, I was like, well, what does the pricing look like generally on one of these? I have reasonably good credit, and I could probably trade up for about $4,000 on something. And he's like, well, like I said, you're not going to get any 0% breaks, anything like that. But never gave me any kind of pricing. He just kind of pointed at the sticker. I was like, oh, okay, and he was basically what it turned out is he just wanted to give me a pamphlet and a card the whole time.
The check at the end of the meal.
Yeah, exactly.
Take your time, no rush.
Take your time, no rush.
And that's exactly how you felt.
So, and he walks back into the place and takes probably 5 minutes. I walked into the showroom and another guy walked up to me. Like I said, I think they were all getting ready to leave. He had on an overcoat and he was, have you been helped yet? Wasn't, hi, how you doing?
Right.
Just, have you been helped yet?
Right.
And so this guy comes back about 5 minutes later, and his response to me is, oh yeah, by the way, I'm sorry, I forgot to get your name.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I'm Kyle, thanks. And then he goes, here's a card, and gives me the pamphlet.
Too little, too late.
And I just walked out the door.
No manager?
No manager.
Didn't ask you for your information?
Nope. He saw the car I got out of, but didn't really ask any questions about it.
Okay. What would you have done different based upon one-day training?
First off, just tried to engage with the customer more. I mean, this guy was kind of, he was already kind of standoffish, I guess, because he wanted to leave. And then on top of that, when I said, maybe a month from now I might be buying, it was like he said, he kind of just, it was like he laid down even more. He didn't start wagging his tail and go, okay, well, maybe I can sell him a car tonight or maybe in a week. Just laid down on it. So I would have engaged more with the customer, gotten more information about, like you were saying, about the car that I was already driving, whether I was interested in, trading in or anything, just learning. He really didn't ask me any information. The only information he had about me and what I was looking for is what I told him. He didn't ask for anything.
About how much time were you there?
I would say probably 15 to 20 minutes, and then the time that I was there, most of it was probably walking back and forth and just around cars.
And was this a older gentleman or about your age? Or?
I would say he was probably late 20s, so older than me.
Okay. So didn't seem very excited, definitely not enthusiastic.
Nope, seemed like he wanted to get in his car and go home.
All right, so did you learn from your homework assignment?
Definitely to engage a customer and pay attention to what their needs are, what they
Yep.
want. Most of all, to greet them, because I didn't feel extremely welcome. He was nice, but I wasn't greeted anything like that. So,
Awesome. Okay, round of applause.
thank you.